Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. Crimson Desert just released their 1.10 update today, and I'll be going over all the updates alongside some secret and hidden updates that are not listed in the patch notes. Now, one of the most hot topics right now is the golden apple hedgehog, which have been removed from the game. Now, there is one method to get a single golden apple, but this wasn't listed in the patch notes whatsoever, and honestly, I have a good feeling this was actually a mistake. So this here is one of the locations that I really enjoyed in Tarif here to get golden apples. They removed every single animal from this location. Previously, you'd walk by and there'd be porcupines, regular hedgehogs, and a bunch of other animals. Now, there's absolutely nothing in this section here, and similar to a few other locations that are not normally housing the golden apple hedgehogs, which leads me to believe that I think this was a mistake and it'll hopefully be added back next week because they've been doing patches every single week. So I've seen a lot of people talking online about how they're doing this so they can add in microtransactions and a bunch of other stuff that I don't buy it. I honestly think that this was a mistake because why would they remove every single animal from here and not even list it in the patch notes? Because they've been actually good to list if there's bugs whenever they remove them and put it into the patch notes. So just wanted to start off with this because I know that has been a topic that's been very hot. I went through looking for a ton of different locations. There's been some people saying online that they've been moved to a different location. I haven't been able to find it, but I did spend multiple hours today looking for you guys. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find anything related to that, but I honestly think this was a mistake, so we should just wait and hope that next week they'll be back. Reblockading has now been updated as well, though, that they now have added the battle and reconstruct phases, so it's not just immediate where it flips between the two of these. They also made it so you can go to the contribution managers in each region to resuppress these locations, and they'll now be giving you extra loot on top of all of this, so provisions, contribution, and trade goods. Another big thing is the Wyvern. They added a new little hat for it, but you can also turn it into a mount now. I do have a separate guide on how to do that. You level up the little baby one, and they added extra babies as well. So you can literally have your little baby there with their new helmet, and you can have the new flyable one here, which is no cooldown on it either. I do have a separate video on how to get it. It isn't too hard. You're basically just going to feed the little one meat 3 times per day, and do that over the course of 3 days. Then you'll be able to level it up. Beautiful thing about this is it's not as fast as Blackstar, but it does have the ability to be used anytime that you want, and it does have its own little wind attack here that it can do, which is great at destroying towers. So it can also run on the ground pretty quickly too. I really enjoy that they added this in, and you can also get a saddle for this as well. Now, if you don't have the chocobo, Kuku bird, you can summon it from the pet, the Kuku bird chick, which is added to the game. And same thing here, you're going to feed it, it'll level up, and then it grows, and you can continue to level them up past that. It just gives them additional health. And the small Kuku bird also gets its bird eggshell helmet whenever you hatch it. So for the pinball wizards out there, there's now a pinball minigame, which someone noted actually in the files for the game. They noticed that and posted it on Reddit. Now to play the new pinball game, we're going to be coming on over to DLSS here, and it's actually in the inn here. It's kind of right by the spawn point near the Institute. Whenever you come here, though, it is so cool. So you can shake the table kind of similar to the other ones, and these actually come with rewards. So you press the X or square button to shoot it up there, and you can press the little bumpers here. So yeah, this is amazing. It's actually kind of crazy. Reminds me that there's actually a mod for Fallout that lets you play pinball in it too. It's really, really sweet. And you can list your score. Everyone's going to beat mine. And one of the rewards is loot boxes here with the material box of fortune. You can also get gold bars because right now, without those golden hedgehogs, this is probably one of the best ways, unfortunately. And there's also some items for the house here as well as Abyss gear blueprints. And upon building up trust, you can get these small artifact and medium ones, giving 3 and 5 Abyss artifacts respectively. Now, one thing I want to mention is it's kind of a hidden update. The performance for this game, especially if you're using DLSS, is a lot better. They don't have it listed in the notes at all, but I'm getting a lot more frames per second. I've seen some other people have mentioned the same, so that's nice. However, on the flip side, the game has also crashed for me 3 times today, and it's never had a history of crashing that much, so that's something they probably changed in the back end here. I also did update my NVIDIA drivers here, so maybe that's what did it, but I don't know. It's running a lot better than it was with the new 007 Bond update for the graphics card, maybe, but I don't know. It's just running a lot more smoothly in terms of frame rate, but it's dropping. I had 3 crashes and just had one while filming this video. Now, also in the notes here, there's also the Orb Roll game at the Great Gate of Udava. Now, this is a late game area, but it says Golden Apple, a singular one here. So this is what led people to believe that they're removed from the game. But again, I don't think that's the case. I honestly think that they made a mistake with removing all the animals from the sections that had the golden hedgehogs. Maybe when they were updating the loot tables here, they ended up changing something with the golden apple hedgehogs, because they went through all the effort of adding in golden apple hedgehogs as a pet in the last update. So it just doesn't make sense to me that they would remove it this soon after, as I know a lot of people are really excited about that. So I honestly think next week we're going to see the golden hedgehogs come back. They probably realize this, or maybe there'll be a quicker patch. I just don't think that they did this intentionally because it's not listed in the patch notes. And the small Wyvern aviation hat you can actually get from Paroran Village, where you get all the other pet equipment. And you can also, if a lot of people don't know this, but you can put a sigil of valor on your little pet here, and it'll actually spit fire at the enemy here. So that's one cool thing. And additionally, they've also noted that the Iron Eagle and the Phoenix will in the future get an update where they can also use the sigil of valor. So you'll be able to have the Phoenix firing off and the Iron Eagle. I'm also confused about the Hyacinth Macaw here, which is listed as a legendary one, whereas our little baby Wyvern here is not listed as a legendary pet. And another update was not listed, but they did mention that you can, like, the feeding animations have been improved, but we now can cuddle the little baby raccoon. This was added 2 patches ago. Now you don't throw it around like it's a bag of potatoes. This is an amazing change. And the feeding animation is a lot better there. As you can see, you actually hold it up to its mouth instead of just like throwing it at its side. So yeah, that is listed in the notes here. They also improved locked items so that abyss gears can be removed from them. They also improved the large farming sites so it can be used to obtain gatherable items. This is actually a huge update now. I really like the Kuku gathering pack. This right now, the Kuku gathering pack is the best method to get your silver, because I did do a full video on this, but using this, you can just run around grabbing tons of polymer leaves. They sell for a good amount, 2.5 silver each, and you can literally get like hundreds of them in no time at all. So as it stands, this would be the best method if you're wanting to do some gold farming, until I assume they'll fix the golden hedgehog change there. And a little fun fact, I was actually just in the people versus food video for Baldur's Gate 3. They actually shared one of my videos. I was surprised. I was thinking it would be one of my mods, but that's aside the fact. Now, they did list here that they changed the item description for the Sigil of Valor, and it can be applied to dogs and baby wyverns. Now, this was previously, you could do that with the dogs and the wyverns, so I'm not sure why they listed it here again, but yeah, this was not listed in the patch notes previously, but you could have added it to the baby wyvern as soon as they were added 2 weeks ago. They also added a carpet category. I know there's some people out there that like to play Animal Crossing in this game, so that's a nice update. I also like it too. I have no idea how I landed on this tree here, but at the Azarian Manor, if we go on over to the Furlington farm here, so this has a cat tower now, which is really funny. So this is the location here, Furlington Farm. This is similar to a lot of the other farms that are in Hernand. If you go roam around down here and go to something like the Saddlery in this area here, there are cat towers which have a bunch of cats nearby. This is where you're gonna find kittens, so that's really sweet. And there is a ton of cats here, of course. This is Cliff's story. And it sent me back over 700 meters away. Lovely. But the Furlington farm is just in the D and Demonis, so yeah, you can go there, get a kitten, but don't bring down the Enarunka. Oh, they teleport me right inside the manor itself. Now they also added a ground attack skill to Blackstar here, so you can get him going like an actual tank if you want to, which is really cool. So to land, you'll go fly near the ground and press X or square to be able to go ahead and do that. And yeah, Blackstar is obviously a lot more powerful than the Wyvern there, but yeah, deservedly so. This is really awesome. You can burn down a large section of the forest with ease now with Blackstar. So love to see that change. And they also added the UI to show the growth of your horses and your pets as well. And they also did change the damage of Damiane's unarmed skills attacks here. So she was insanely powerful with an unarmed build. She's still very, very powerful. Unarmed is kind of the way to go in this game, but they did tune her down a little bit because she was crazy at release of her ability. They also improved arrows so that normal arrows are always used first whenever replenishing arrows run out. So if you have those from Paroran Village, you run through your 20, you won't be using your explosive arrows right away. It'll default to the main arrows. I think that's a great change. And there is a huge list of just random changes, the bug fixes under others here, so you can pause if you want to read. There's a lot of stuff here, nothing like crazy major that has impacted me, but you can pause this and see. They also mentioned that certain patterns of tattoos were not displayed properly. One thing I find weird about the tattoos is that you can put body tattoos on, and Damiane could not even see the ones that she has, so hopefully the DLC will add some more armor. I'm not saying it has to be revealing. I'd love to see an Unka bikini, but hey, something to actually show off the body tattoos I think would be nice. They also added and removed stuff for Damiane, so they improved her sitting animation, they removed it today, and also added an animation when equipped while using the Eastern Witch fan, which they also removed today. Damiane did get an update where she has a turn and roll animation when equipped with a musket, though. And I'm really looking forward to this next update where the Phoenix and the Iron Eagle can then equip the Sigil of Valor and get themselves a special attack. Honestly, this is a pretty solid patch, like surprising. We'll have to see what gets added, and hopefully those golden hedgehogs will be brought back into the game. So just want to quickly update you guys on everything related to Crimson Desert's 1.10 patch. Hopefully we'll see some more updates on their DLC come soon. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoy this video, and catch you later. I do have a guide on how to get the new Wyvern pet mount, so if you want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the comments.